and then it underpins our public history site launched a year ago. And we want more. Right now, I have some wonderful RAs, including Pascal D'Anglois, who's doing a PhD in communication here at Ottawa U, who is reading through Francophone women's journals. We also woefully underrepresent Francophones. So reading like lesbian journals from northern Quebec, about Lesbian Rose and how people were sort of getting connected. Then we've also had an RA on the project for a few years, Nadine Boulet from Simon Fraser, who has been interviewing women who are living still in separatist on women's lands in the Kootenays, sort of living in the 70s, who said like, if the culture cared about us, it would have changed by now. The laws wouldn't be like this. We're out of here. And that too is like a population that doesn't leave a lot of archival trace in the way that folks do it sort of in a frontline way. So we're gathering a little bit more information about their experience and knowledge that way. And now, with 10 minutes to go, do that thing that they say you should never do, and that is a live demo. This was also fun that I was like, I should look for Ottawa things, which I don't always do. One of them has been a pleasure about the project too. So we really have found that that there's like sort of this proof that two A's in .ca, that's not good. That gay liberation happened everywhere. So feel free to go to the site and if you're from a small town, look up your small town. It's not all Toronto. Also, I should have cleaned out my desktop. Having someone over. And we'll just connect to my phone. Yep, phone it is.
Sorry about this, I can go.
Oh,
you all right?
No,
okay.
no, but she totally set me up with it, and then it's my own computer that has jumped ship. So it's gonna be fine.
Connection's really bad in here.
Although, like a lead-lined building is probably good for art. I mean, non-Wi-Fi people works. Bluetooth on. Personal hotspot. All right. Second time's charm.
I'm learning here. How do you do this? I'm taking a lesson.
You may learn not how to do it, but how to do this. Oh, wait, no, it looks connected. This might be it.
That doesn't
Yes,
work.
I
I'm
do.
fetch him.
Yeah, totally.
Good, thanks.
We were just I mean, I can also say, Google it, there's some Ottawa stuff in there. But
The network seems to be bad.
No, this looks very promising. It's just
Is it?
loading slowly now that Joe.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's been restored on my one as well.
Oh,
So I don't know if it's just a glitch in their thing. Anyway,
We'll enjoy it while it lasts. I really want to find what's left in the So the website itself, it worked. It just needed you to run into the hall to like jiggle the
shake
eggs.
some.
We had a lot of our standard like about and like editorial principles about like how the site was developed. We also have a takedown notice there to like make clear for people like how they can contact us if they have material about themselves in here that they like don't want on the internet. With the exception of the new enhancements that we're doing, everything comes from like publicly available materials. But there is a real difference between like, well, it's available in the archive to like it's aggregated and like put out on the web. So far, we've only had one takedown request, and it was from someone who shares his name with his great uncle, who was an MP, who said unsavory things. And in that case, we are not taking it down. But also, I'm sure that everyone will know the difference between him and someone who was born in 1916, which it says on our site. So that seemed to resolve itself just for fun. Anyway. University of Ottawa. And really, it's the site is actually sort of like meant to be browsed through the database sort of way. It's actually kind of flat on all the other surfaces, and even the search itself I find a bit flat. But what we really want is for people to be able to get into here and to be able to browse through kind of connections. So here's an event put on by Lesbians of Ottawa now in conjunction with the University of Ottawa. We get a little network graph of the sources, and people can also read the text itself and then see the places involved, the organizations involved, and the citations. And if you click on any of these, you can see any other entries that are drawing on those citations. You might sort of say like, well, show me everything Lesbians of Ottawa now, which we're doing. And we can look at more of their events, look at their conference. Carleton University is in here. And then we can start to do things like follow up on people or places. If you wanted to see like all the stuff in Ottawa, we can only show in this pane like 50 things. So that it means that we do have filtering to kind of filter down if you really would like to look at network graphs, but you can also get back like total results. This is the more than 50 things available here. So this is actually the way that we hope people will sort of engage with it, is sort of browsing through. There's Barbara Thornborough, who was discharged for being a lesbian, but her case really became like central to, so to browse around to find out what happened to her, really became central to the conservatives who made the case that really by excluding lesbian and gay people from military service, just opening up like an avenue for blackmail and like lack of sort of security. So it was the conservatives who put forward the motion that they remove that, or he did. He was a conservative, but didn't get didn't get the party backing that he needed, despite his sound logic. So this is sort of the project. We're now looking to increase our material, which will also help us with some of the analytical kind of stuff, as well as sort of this public history side of things. We're also working on turning our data into linked data to make it play a little better with the smart web. If you ever do like a Google search and you get these little pop-up boxes that are like, here's this person, and here's their Wikipedia entry, and then like, here's everyone they were married to or starred with in movies, and that comes from the world of linked data, which is now currently used in like sort of commercial ways, often to like sell you cheap hotel rooms, that kind of thing. And then I'm part of a national initiative to get more humanities knowledge into that kind of form. Linked data doesn't look like much, it looks like more XML like this, but it would mean also too that it's easier for projects to connect to each other. Like we have Margaret Atwood showing up in the project a few times, but like rather than our having to like maintain records about like Margaret Atwood's like birth and death and where she lived and thought, like we could use linked data to connect to projects that are dedicated to the Canadian literary scene, and our events can feed into them through linked data, but then their record keeping can feed into our project too, which is not a major for us. We're also working on contextual essays based on this material so that folks can see not just these little events, but also sort of the larger context and what you could do if you think through some of these events. So yeah, we have this great hope that that history and certainly public history websites can reflect a sort of range of lives and like small players and sort of major players, rather than just sort of reducing us to a few famous women. Just, I don't know, Virginia Woolf had a girlfriend, but there's still more going on in history. And that, 45 minutes, is a wrap. Thanks very much. That's